So the first thing that we need to do is we need to learn how to set up Dreamweaver. Okay? We need to learn how to kind of get it started and get our web page set up, because one of the cool things about Dreamweaver is that Dreamweaver actually controls the files for you. So once we get over the initial create a folder and set our website up in that folder, okay, and get everything kind of set up, once we get that done, you'll be in Dreamweaver creating files and stuff like that. You will never, ever, 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 and I mean this very seriously, control anything in the Finder after that. And the reason for that is because if you want to drag a file from one place to another, or you want to do something, or delete a file, or anything, you need to do it in Dreamweaver, because Dreamweaver will warn you if you're deleting or moving something important. And if you're moving something in such a way that the code needs to be changed, Dreamweaver will change the code for you. It'll change the links for you. Okay? Whereas if you go in the Finder and you move something and Dreamweaver doesn't know you're moving it because you're doing it outside the program, you can wreck your entire website in one move. So it's really kind of important. So what I've done here is in my folder, okay, so on your Media Students, don't do this in your regular home folder, do this on the Media Students server. I want you to create a folder that says website. I don't know why I put an S on there. Okay, website, okay? And in here, you're just going to, this is just going to be your website folder. Just nice and blank, easy, done. Then you're going to go into Dreamweaver, which I've already got open. And when you open Dreamweaver, there actually will be a little window here which has a list of things like new file and stuff like that. I couldn't figure out how to turn it back on. I always turn those off. I hate them. So I'm just going to go up File, and I'm going to go New. And, oh, see, stink, I'm in here. Oh, no, actually, that's not how I want to do it. You want to go over here to the Files, and it's going to be set to Computer probably right off the bat. So it's going to look like this, okay, right here. And you want to click the Manage Sites button, because you're going to create a new site. And it's important that when you create a site that it's contained inside the folder that you set in Dreamweaver. If you start placing files willy-nilly all over the machine, you know, in all your different folders and stuff like that, you're never going to get it done. The website will be a mess. So I have to do Manage Sites, and you can see I got a lot of sites in there, okay? So, and then you're just going to hit the New button. There's not going to be a list of sites there at all. And then you're just going to name your site. So the fun site that I was going to do was Duct Tape World, right? Because I wanted to sell duct tape. And then you're going to go here, and you're going to click on this little folder. Click on that little, oh, it's thinking. I hate it when it does that. Wow, it's really thinking hard. I wasn't quite expecting this. Now, there are all sorts of other things in here that you can set, servers, version control, all that sort of stuff. We're not going to really bother with that. If, however, you were to actually take your website and upload it to a real web space, you know, like let's say you went to GoDaddy or oneandone.com or was DreamHost is another good one that I've heard of, and you actually like start paying $5 a month for web hosting. You would want to, I could help you input the right information into there so you could, what we call FTP, File Transfer Protocol, so you could basically upload your website to a real server so that it would really be visible on the web. I can help you do that if you want to go that far with it. That's not going to be required for this project. The websites we're going to build are just going to exist locally. They're not actually going to be out on the internet. Okay? All right, now, so once it opens up here, it says choose root folder, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my, so you would go Penn Media, and then you'd say Media Students. I'm going to go to Media Staff. And then down here I have my website folder, and I'm just going to choose that. Okay, done, boom. So now that I've got that chosen, I'm just going to double check the site address here, make sure that that's all good. Yes, it is. And then if I were doing this for real, this is where I would click on the servers. I would add a server, which would have the server name, FTP, the address, the username, the password, and everything that you would give yourself basically through your thing, and the URL of your domain. Okay, you'd have to register a domain as well as buy web space or rent web space basically for $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever it ends up being. We're not going to worry about that right now. So really all that matters is the site information. So just those two pieces, the name of the site and then the folder that you're going to put the site into. And then we're just going to hit save. And then you can see now that I've got, now of course like I said, I've got a lot of websites in here, but you can see Duct Tape World comes up. We're going to click done. And you can take a second here. And now you're going to see it just says nothing. You've got nothing in there right now, okay? But that's okay. And then what I want you to do is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder. So I right-click on the folder here, and I go New Folder, and I'm just going to call it Images. This is going to be really important. This folder is where we're going to put all of our graphics for the page. It has to be named Images, and it's best to do it with a lowercase I. The reason for this is we will be using Photoshop to help us build this website, okay? And when you go File Save for Web in Photoshop, it will automatically put images in the Images folder. If you don't have an Images folder, it will create one for you. So in the, with the idea of good organization and understanding where things go, you need to create the Images folder first right now, just so that you are set up and ready for Photoshop and you know where things are going. It's just good practice, if you will, okay? So we've got that folder, there we go, that's about it. And then you can see in the background here, you can see now in my website folder, when I created the folder in InDesign, it creates the folder in the Finder. But as I said before, you're never going to be looking at this in the Finder ever again. We want to be always using Dreamweaver to create our files, move files, and do stuff like that, because it will tell you if you're making some things wrong. Does that make sense? That's how to set up Dreamweaver. It's actually really simple, but you want to make sure you follow it step by step and do it right. Okay? Okay.